This is my pickled beets recipe. I've done this before. I'm fine-tuning the recipe. Last year I did long ferment pickled beets in a fermentation pot. This year I'm going with the quick fermentation process with vinegar, some water, sugar, whole cloves, and nutmeg. So I found this recipe online. The original recipe called for pure vinegar as the solution that you soak the beets in. I found that was fairly strong, too strong for my taste. So this time I'm doing 2 liters of vinegar, so about a half canister of vinegar in a big pot, and I dilute that with close to a liter of water. And if I'm lacking fluids, then I'll add a bit more vinegar. So it's not a precise recipe. I'll wing it, but in general we have about 3 parts vinegar, 1 part water for the ratio. In terms of sugar, original recipe called for 1 cup of sugar for a pot. I found that was too sweet for my taste, so I trimmed it down to about 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of sugar. If it's a bigger size pickling like this one where I have a lot of beets, I'll do 1/2 cup of sugar for this amount of beets. I'm not sure exactly how much that is, but it's a lot. The most important part of this process, in my opinion, is sourcing the beets. The first time I did this a few months ago, I went to the local grocery store and I found a big bag of beets. I found they were not very tasty. Bitter, not fresh. So this time around I went to my local health food store and they had a big bag of beets. I'm going to show you. They had a big bag of beets. This is just half the bag. The other half is in there, already cut up, boiled. So they had this massive bag of beets for 21 bucks. And these are fresh. You can tell there's no sprouts coming out of them. There's no mold. They don't look old and dry. Very fresh, good tasting beets. Before I even start the pickling process, first you need to boil the beets. These I boiled for just over an hour, low simmer, low boil, and I let them sit in the hot water until they cooled down, then I peeled them. After peeling, I sliced them, and then we can get into the pickling. So for the pickling solution, we have the half canister of vinegar, sometimes a little bit more to top it up if we have a lot of beets. We have the 1/2 liter to 750 mils of water to dilute the solution so it's not as strong. Then we have 5 whole cloves. So I added 5 whole cloves to this and about a teaspoon of nutmeg. So you let that boil. You add the sugar. Sugar is about a 1/2 cup in this solution. And you let that boil and mix all together. Once it's boiling for a couple minutes, you can add the beets and then cook the beets in that solution for 5-10 minutes and then jar them. So you might have to invest a couple hours into this pickling process, but this will save you a lot of time in the long run. If you have a big batch of beets like this, it'll last you through the winter. You can put them in the fridge and have beets all winter long.